Heart coherence is actually a physiological state within us to bring things into organization, to set up a rhythm within our body. Okay, so when we are in coherence, meaning everything is working together and nice and smooth. We just talked about this in the journey. When the rhythm of the heart is smooth and in order, that rhythm sends out a constant communication to the brain. The heart is always sending signals to the brain, and the heart sends signals to the brain more than the brain sends signals to the heart. So if our heart is dealing with picking up emotions because we're empaths or whatever, and we're taking on all of this stuff that's in the collective, never mind what's rising within ourselves that's being triggered, that heart can really get, and it's sending all these signals to the brain. Okay. Now, the one primary center in the brain that it sends messages to is called the thalamus. And the thalamus, it filters sensory input. So whatever we're sensing in our body, it's always going to the thalamus in the brain. Okay, and it's filtering everything. So it organizes even our perception of what's going on out there, along with the beliefs, because the beliefs that are held in our body, they give us a totally different perception of certain situations going on. We can have 5 different people here, same situation going on, and everyone will have a different perception of that scenario that's going on, right? It's never the same for all of us. There may be a general sameness, but when you look at the nitty gritty, no, it's never the same. Everybody has their own stuff, right? So this perception that we have about situations, about our lives even, it goes to the thalamus, and the thalamus is trying to organize everything and structure the thoughts, okay? But when the heart rhythm is irregular because we're feeling all the grief within the collective, we're feeling the grief rise within ourselves, stress, anger, emotional, whatever is going on in your life, over responsibility as well, thinking that we need to fix this in some way or help in some way, but that emotional holding in your heart as well. Those signals, all of those signals that are coming from the heart to the thalamus, all of a sudden this thalamus gland is like overwhelmed, and it becomes really disorganized, and your thoughts are absolutely everywhere. Can anybody relate? You know, that's one of the most common complaints is my mind just isn't here. My memory is not good and I just can't think straight. Well, what's going on in your heart? What are you picking up from the field? And how is that activating any old belief system that you have within yourself as well that could be coming up for you, creating whatever, sadness, depression, anger, whatever it is. Excuse me. So when our thoughts are feeling scrambled, we overthink and we can't prioritize, right? That's when we get into like a rumination. We ruminate on our thoughts over and over and over and over again. And I've been there, done that as well. And here's the thing, when we talk about energy, when we're ruminating in those thoughts, and the thoughts are negative, and we're putting that out into the field, what do you think we're bringing back? More of it, right? And this is what I talk about with living with awareness and the journey. To be conscious, what's going on in here? Who's thinking that? And yes, Journey members will be going more in that direction this year. So when we ruminate, that's when shame can start to just take over in our systems. It's when you feel mentally scattered and you're just exhausted from it, right? So today in this session, it's not about suppressing anger and it's not about amplifying it to have it come out. It's really about restoring this heart coherence. And it's not emotional, fluffy stuff either. Okay, it's about restoring coherence so your system can really process what's rising within us without being consumed by it all. And this is ideally where we should get to. This is what I truly call ascension. Ascension to me isn't being out there, la-di-da. Ascension isn't out there. Ascension is in here. Being able to really remain grounded, in the eye of the storm or in the chaos of humanity, staying grounded, being able to have really organized thoughts and having coherence in our body. And that's why so many people feel more clear after the nervous system settles, after the heart settles and is not sending all of those messages to the thalamus. It can organize. So it's not woo. It's not woo at all.